supervise Uganda Railways Corporation, who are actually mandated by law to construct and maintain the rail network in Uganda. The government of Uganda is injecting in a lot of money to rehabilitate the meter gauge rail line. From its own coffers, $53 million to rehabilitate Maraba Mukono meter gauge section. Is the refurbishment of the 28-kilometer stretch from Mukono up to Kampala.
Introducing Kajuna Benon, the Director of Transport in the Ministry of Works and Supervisor of Ugandan Railways Corporation. The Uganda government is investing a significant amount of money to restore the meter gauge railway line. To fund this project, the government is borrowing $301 million.
My name is Kajuna Benon. I'm the Director of Transport in the Ministry of Works and Transport. I supervise Uganda Railways Corporation, who are actually mandated by law to construct and maintain the rail network in Uganda and also outside Uganda. The government of Uganda is injecting in a lot of money to rehabilitate the meter gauge rail line. So far, the government is planning to borrow $301 million, and part of this money has already been borrowed. Government has injected in from its own coffers $53 million to rehabilitate Maraba Mukono meter gauge section. The works have been completed. They were completed in February 2023.
According to Benon, the project has already commenced and they have successfully rehabilitated the tracks, drainage system, culverts, and bridges. As a result, the trains can now freely travel from Maraba to Mukono.
And the works mainly involved rehabilitating the track, putting in ballast, rehabilitating the drainage system, rehabilitating the culverts, the bridges, and the rest. So that one has been done, and now trains are able to move smoothly from Maraba up to Mukono.
Benon also mentioned another project, the refurbishment of a 28-kilometer stretch from Mukono to Kampala. This project, funded by the Spanish government with 19.8 million euros, is currently at 20% complete and is expected to be finished in 2024.
Another project which is now under construction is the refurbishment of the 28-kilometer stretch from Mukono up to Kampala. Now, this is a project which is 19.8 million euros. The financing is coming from the Spanish government, Spanish loan, and so far works are at about 20%. It is expected to be completed in February 2024, and the works involve mainly rehabilitation of the line by replacing steel sleepers with concrete sleepers. And we are also going to replace the old rails with the new rails which have been imported from Spain, and they have already been delivered on site.
The concrete sleeper factory is currently operational, producing concrete sleepers on a daily basis.
Where we are now is that the factory for manufacturing the concrete sleepers has been completed. It's now operational to full capacity. We are able now to produce about 209 concrete sleepers per day. We are supposed to overall produce about 50,000 concrete sleepers. And then we shall be able now to put on the rails so that trains can be able now to move from Mukono up to Kampala. Once this project is completed, the main outputs is that the speed restriction will be reduced. In other words, the trains will be able to move a bit faster. 2, the accidents will drastically reduce. 3, the vandalism will stop. because nobody can steal concrete slipper. For goods will be able to move very, very fast and be able to reach the destination.
Additionally, Benon revealed that the government has signed a contract with CRBC, a Chinese company, to rehabilitate the Tororo Gulu meter gauge. The estimated cost for this project is 199 billion Ugandan shillings.
Last year in May, the government signed a contract with CRBC, this is also a Chinese firm, to rehabilitate Tororo Gulu meter gauge river line. The contract is 199 billion Uganda shillings, VAT exclusive, and the contractor is already mobilizing. The works will involve the rehabilitation of the track, replacement of the rails, replacement of the steel sleepers, working on the drainage system, working on the culverts and bridges, so that trains can be able to move faster and quicker from Tororo to Gulu. This project is meant to take 24 months, which are 2 years. So by May 2025, yes, this project will be completed. And this project fits well within the already completed Gulu Logistics Hub, which is situated in Gulu, which has been constructed with support from Trademark East Africa. It is a $9 million project. Its main purpose is to consolidate all the cargo coming from South Sudan, coming from DRC. The moment it's consolidated in the Gulu Logistics Hub, then to be able to put in containers, and then it is able to be transported from Gulu to Tororo up to Mombasa for exports, and for imports, likewise, will be from Mombasa, Tororo to Gulu into the Gulu Logistics Hub, where it will be able to be decanted and then be taken to South Sudan, DRC, and also northern Uganda.
Furthermore, the government plans to acquire new locomotives, passenger coaches, and 2 wagon ferries for transportation by water. They are collaborating closely with the authorities from Kenya and Tanzania to ensure smooth movement of goods.
Also, the government is planning to procure new locomotives, about 11 of them. We are procuring new wagons, new passenger coaches, to rehabilitate the old wagons, and also we are going to procure 2 new wagon ferries, which will be able to move from Port Bell to Mwanza, and also from Port Bell to Kisumu. So generally, that's what the government is doing, but we are not working in isolation, because Uganda Railways feeds into Kenya Railways, Uganda Railways feeds into Tanzania Railways. We are working together to ensure seamless movement of the goods from the 2 ports which serve Uganda. 2 ports, this is in Mombasa, through Kenya Railways, 2 ports, Dar es Salaam, through Tanzania, up to Mwanza, and up to Uganda. So we have been having meetings to make sure that all the 3 railways are rehabilitated. The meter gauge in the 3 railway system are rehabilitated, and they are able to convey the goods up to Uganda. As a government of Uganda, we are trying to make Uganda a transport hub. We are well located, we are centrally located as Uganda. Goods coming by Central Corridor, Northern Corridor end up in Uganda. So we are trying to make sure that we put in place systems to add value, so that goods now going to DRC, South Sudan, we have already added value as Uganda. And that one is very, very important for us, because it improves on our transport and also on our logistics system, so that people are able to get employed, where we get jobs, so that our economy in Uganda can be able to grow.
Benon also discussed the Northern Corridor Integrated Program, which was initiated by the heads of state from Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and South Sudan.
Northern Corridor Integrated Program, it is a program which was initiated by the heads of state from Kenya, from Uganda, from South Sudan, and from Rwanda. The 4 heads of state met around 2014 and agreed to construct SGR. And in 2015, the government of Kenya started the construction of the SGR. from the port of Mombasa, and I am happy to report that we have constructed up to Naivasha, a distance of about 800 kilometers from the port of Mombasa. Now, plans are underway by the government of Kenya to get financing to construct from Naivasha, Kisumu, and then to Maraba. That will end the SGR stretch on the Kenya network. What are we doing as Republic of Uganda? Republic of Uganda, we are going to engage with a Turkish contractor, Yepi Mackenzie. We are in the final stages of the procurement process. We hope to receive the bids by mid of July, and they are going to construct SGR from Maraba up to Kampala, a stretch of about 273 kilometers. The planning is in such a way that the moment Kenya starts constructing from Naivasha coming towards Maraba, also Yepi Mackenzie starts construction from Maraba coming towards Kampala. So that by the time they'll be completing at the same time. We don't have to have any overlap. I don't know whether I'm communicating. By the time the Kenyan government reaches Maraba, then the Uganda government will have also left Maraba and also reached where? Kampala, so that they can be able to connect. And we are having several meetings. The SGR Kenya will be well interlinked with our SGR in Uganda, so there will be no hurdles.
Regarding cross-border charges, each country will collect fees within its own territory. The government has tested locomotives capable of operating on the rail tracks of these countries.
Charge from Kenya up to Kisumu, then the stretch from Kisumu up to Port Bell in Uganda. It is Uganda Railways which charges. The same thing on Tanzania. Tanzania Railways charges from Dar es Salaam up to Mwanza, then that stretch on the water from Mwanza up to Kampala. Uganda Railways takes the charge. So now it's upon us as government of Uganda to procure now the wagon ferries which will be able to accommodate SGR wagons so that goods can be able to come to Uganda. They are very well fit within our meter gauge rail network. So they were tested and they are found to be compatible with our meter gauge railways, and they are very big locomotives. They are 3,000 horsepower, the 98 class locomotives. They are actually up and running and functioning. They are able to pull about 22 wagons from Maraba up to Kampala, non-stop, each. So we have 4 of them. So you can see we have enough capacity so far to pull the cargo from Maraba up to Kampala. So those locomotives are fit for use, and they are also fit to be put on the meter gauge rail network for Uganda.
Lastly, Benon addressed the issue of individuals affected by the rail land. After conducting assessments, the government plans to compensate them accordingly.
We have done the assessment. We have looked at all the PAPs, the project affected persons, and those people have been able to come closer to the rail line. We have done the assessment, not for land, but for the investments they have been able to put on that stretch, and the chief government evaluator has been able to come. He has been able to do the evaluation of those facilities and assets and equipment. Now we are soliciting funding from Ministry of Finance to make sure that we are paying them off, and the time period is roughly within next financial year, starting on Saturday, starting from July. Then we shall be able to pay off all those people, because the construction is going to start very soon. The estimate is about 29 billion Uganda shillings. 29 billion Uganda shillings.